Yeah, hi there. These comments are for HC, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. You're doing the free TOEFL speaking practice test evaluation. And which question is it here? I think that you're doing, what is your favorite holiday of the year and why? Give reasons for your choice. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to listen to your response one time, and then the second time I'll listen to it, I will give you some comments, and I can end up giving you a score, okay? And let's see if there's anything that you can do to improve your delivery, language use, and topic development. You told me a couple of days ago that you're taking the TOEFL here around April 6th or so it's coming up next week. So hopefully after watching this video, you'll get some ideas on what you should do or what you should not do when you're answering the independent and integrated speaking tasks on the TOEFL IBT. All right, here we go, buddy. Good luck.
I think the best, holiday of the year, at least to me, is Christmas. Because when we get to Christmas, first of all, we have the chance to see our family again. I mean, most of the times at least. And usually, at least for my family, they live in different states. And so that is a very special moment. And also because that's the time of the year we usually get gifts, if we don't count with, our birthdays. So I think that's a very special date.
Okay, so my first impression is you're scoring below 3. I'm going to put you between 15 and 22 points here. Now let's listen to it again, and I'll give you a more specific score. But the one thing is, you're entering this as if you're just talking to somebody in Starbucks. You don't really have any structure to your response, and you have a lot of awkward pauses and hesitations, and I think it's a little too informal for the TOEFL exam type format. Right? So using things like I would not do that for this kind of speaking.
I think the best, holiday of the year, at least to me, is Christmas. Because...
Now look at that. How long did that take? You haven't even said anything. So in the beginning, you don't have a really concise topic statement to help frame your response. If you said this, you said, well, because of the delicious food and the time I can spend with my family, Christmas is my favorite holiday. Right after that, you'll say, first of all, I like Christmas because I can spend a lot of time with my family. Then you develop that and support that. And you say, second of all, I also like Christmas as my favorite holiday because of the delicious food. Then you spend time to support that. So that's going to give you structure, some organization to what you're doing. So I think it'll score better. The way that you're doing it here is not going to work very well.
When we get to Christmas, first of all.
Who's we? Your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your spouse, your children. Who are you talking about here?
We have the chance to see our family again. Most of the times at least. And usually, at least for my family, they live in different states. And so that is a very special moment. And also because...
So who could you see? Well, for example, last year at Christmas, I was able to see my grandmother, my grandfather, both of whom I hadn't seen in more than 10 years' time. So you need some specific examples in there. You need to personalize your response to make it you.
Because that's the time of the year we usually get gifts. If we...
Again, the thing, that's a conversation filler. Stop that. Don't do that. You don't need that. I'll give you a tip. You don't even need that second person point of view. You do not need that point of view in any part of the independent or integrated speaking or writing tasks, believe it or not. It's unnecessary.
Don't count with our birthdays. So I think that's a very special date.
But you have no details in there. There's nothing in there that really shows any depth and progression of thought to your ideas, right? All right, so let's talk about it. Delivery. You have pauses and hesitations in your response. If you're one of my online TOEFL students, I would tell you you need to improve. It's called thought groups and blending. You need to pause after 4 or 5 stressed syllables, then another 4 or 5 stressed syllables. So if you can develop that type of pacing, it's going to sound more natural. Language use, you're using fairly basic grammar and fairly basic vocabulary. You're not very precise, I think, in the ideas that you're using. I think topic development, this one, you need a much more coherent organization, beginning with a more sharply focused topic statement in the beginning of your response. Then as you move to each of your reasons, you need to repeat some of the key words from the topic statement to help you create a little more coherent organization. Your score here, I'm going to put you at about 2.3 out of 4, 18 points out of 30. I think with some practice, you could definitely develop a better delivery, language use, and topic development. It'll probably take you maybe 1 to 3 months of practice, and eventually you can get your speaking score, I think, way over 22, probably even closer to 30, because you actually have a fairly good natural sounding intonation, but you need to solve some of these issues so that you speak more fluently, more coherently, and with more depth and complexity of thought. All right, so there you go. Thank you for using my free speaking evaluation service. Remember, you can only do 1 free speaking practice test. After this, you will have to join my course if you want more feedback.